Oh my god. What is that radius? What is that radius, gang? Wait, look at this. Go like outside the objective and look at the radius real quick. Like go over there or something. Look. The Great Wall of China, what the fuck? And the minimap is just gone. 100 million damage. Yeah, I love Nidus. Look, every time I press 1, I gain 27 million damage on my 2, by the way. GG. Alright, hello. Starting this video just to showcase that I am working on Nidus, and the next video will be Nidus related, but I wanted to do something else first, which is Gara. I've talked about Gara in the past. I've shown people how broken she is with a build that utilizes 5 Tau red shards, and then on the Shattered Last Prime, you are pretty much the only Warframe in the game that utilizes melee retaliation the best. This results in way more damage than melee exposure, and the result is way better than just spamming one with melee influence, so this is easily the best thing you can do with Gara right now. But the important part is that they giga buffed Gara this patch. Because this patch, they gave us Arcane Sculpture, and in case you guys don't know, this Arcane works on Gara's 4th ability, Mass Vitrify, which allows her to get a 175% efficiency at pretty much all times since he's spamming the shit out of this ability. So the idea is very simple. You just go with your base energy, you use Equilibrium plus Nourish so you always have some energy, and then the rest you just go as much strength as possible with Arcane Expertise and Primary Direction to reach a really high shield number, and that shield number will convert into melee damage for your Shattered Lash, which in turn will do tons of damage and one-shot everyone. Now, there are 2 builds. This one is for the team play. Like if you want to go a defense mission and you have a squad with you, you would do this build. And if you're going solo and you want to do regular missions, you would do this build. The difference between those builds is that one build has more strength, so you can utilize your damage a bit more, and it uses Shattered Storm in case you don't kill the first time, you kill the second time for sure. And the other one instead uses a bit more range, so you can kill people more easily in defense missions, and a bit more duration, so you don't actually lose your second ability in between waves that easily. With that out of the way, let's showcase the first build since it's the one people will be pretty much more interested at. I think I will have a clip at the start of the video. I did try this build with the new Nidus, and honestly it's absolutely insane. And right now it seems like the best mission that I have is a Conjunction Survival, so we can go ahead and do that. Idea is that you'd use this Gara build with the Shattered Last that I showed you, and you go for anything that has primary and secondary dexterity on the build. It doesn't really matter. And you also want to use whatever Archgun you want, and also pick primary and secondary dexterity on your Archguns. This will max out your combo duration on Shattered Lash to a whopping 35 seconds. So you can keep it up in between waves regardless of what you're doing. It's gonna be really great. So starting off with the main builds, this one is for solo play, long survivals, void cascades, you name it, you know, whatever comes to mind, you do this build. And some things to worry about when you're playing Gara: nullifiers, teleporters, and falling off the map. Teleporters, like the one that spawns to teleport you to the extraction on Void Cascade, will reset the stacks on your 2. Nullifiers and running into them will also reset the stacks of your 2. And finally, falling off the map will also reset the stacks of your 2. The stacks of your 2 don't matter as much with this build. They're still pretty important in my opinion, but they're not as bad. As you can see, the abilities are not gonna get grayed out. I will use an energy pad to keep it up. But the moment we use our 4th, now our abilities cost pretty much nothing and we can start spamming. Now, a few things about Gara. First of all, if you need stacks, you can spam your 1 onto dead bodies and that will stack your 1, normally. So this is like the #1 tip I can give you when playing this Warframe, to absolutely maintain 12x at all times. You can go directly on top of whatever dead person you find and just spam 1, and that will upkeep your combo duration. And then as you can see right now, with 12x and everything stacked, we're getting almost 1 million damage per wall destruction. I think it's close to 700,000 damage, yeah. But it also means it's an AoE that goes through walls and damages everyone in a good 30 to 40 meter radius. So it's really powerful. Obviously, if somebody survives, you can also hit it a second time now that your energy generation is super high. But also, if the wall hits them, they get these shattered glass things here, and that's a guaranteed bane mode onto whatever target you might hit. A few things to worry about when playing Gara. One is elevation changes, so if you're working with like high ground and low ground, you definitely want to be somewhere close that you can have LOS of the low ground, because let's say if there are people below this stair right here, and I go here and I cast my 4 will not extend below the bridge, so if I hit it now, it will not hit these enemies. But if I cast it over here, you see how the edges just extend down and they will hit? Now if I cast it again, now it hits people on the ground below there, so this is something really important to keep in mind. The idea of this build is simple. Just stack your 2 really quickly. Within 5 minutes, you can easily reach 20 million damage without even doing that much. And since you have permanent energy, all you need to do is just keep spamming this ability. Maybe mute your game, because Gara is really loud on the sound effects and she can get quite annoying with them, so sometimes I mute my game when playing this character. But the results are absolutely phenomenal. Like this Warframe deals stupid damage, and especially when she's dealing with squad play and she wants to do a defense mission, it just gets super crazy. So we might be able to see that. I'm gonna try and invite a friend of mine to link me with Nidus again, so you guys can see what that looks like in squad play, maybe like a Nova, something like that. But in general, if you do a squad play with this Warframe, this is literally like playing Hildryn again. She has a no line of sight check nuke ability that one-shots everything in a really big radius. Like right now, with the 4 as is, if I destroy it, it has a radius of explosion that goes out for 26 more meters after its explosion. So it's 15 plus 26 meters, close to 40 meters, no LOS check. Very easy to maintain since you always have energy with this build. You will never have issues. If you ever need to stack up your combo, you just press 1 on anyone that is dead by just spamming it instead of holding it, and you're good to go. In general, just nullifiers. If nullifiers are dead, then you're fine. You have nothing to worry about over it. Acolytes, absolutely getting one-shotted within your 2. You just go close to them with your 2 and you destroy them, no matter who they are. Even if it's Violence, you will kill her way before she can ever cast Silence to rip off from your ability, as long as you rush her. And yeah, in general, this Warframe is absolutely fantastic. I do suggest the 6 strength swords on her. If you don't do 6 strength swords, you're not gonna get the same results. They help a lot since the strength swords also give you more shields through arcane expertise. This is another buff that Gara has got recently. One was through Old Peace and arcane expertise, and this one is through this update with Jade Shadow's Constellations and arcane sculpture. And she's now becoming slowly but surely an absolute top tier Warframe. I've already made a few videos on Gara calling her the most underrated frame already, and I think now with people, if they try this build, they will definitely see the power this Warframe can have. And it's not even about just the second ability. Like, yeah, sure, the second ability is great. I walk next to anyone and they will just insta-die or like a ton of damage, but I think the more important part is the no LOS check and nuke that happens. So Valence is here, and as you see, she spawned directly onto me. She never even got to cast anything. She just completely gets one-shotted. This happens regardless of squad number, by the way. The ability just deals so much damage that any acolyte that spawns directly on top of you or goes close to you will immediately die. Like, there's nothing they can do about it. Yes, regardless of mission you do, might be Void Cascade, might be Survival, Exterminate, doesn't really matter. As long as you move through the mission and you have your 4, then your 1, and you just keep going, then the mission gets one-tapped. It doesn't really matter. Like, it genuinely doesn't matter. You can use this Warframe right now because of Arcane Sculpture and how it works on literally any mission, and you will never have energy issues anymore. Because you just cast 4, then you cast 1, and then that's it. Enemies die, they give you back your energy, and you basically waste nothing because of the efficiency. It's absolutely wild. Definitely the best user of Arcane Sculpture. The other one would probably be Jade, but I will need to take a look at Jade a bit more. I think Gara has the potential to be one of the strongest solo endless mission Warframes in the entire game now, because in order to reach enough damage on your second ability to do an endless mission, you need around like 20 million, which you can reach within like 2 minutes right now with this build. It is absolutely ridiculous, and if you want to get even more strength, you can easily sacrifice a bit more range, but I really like the no alert check on the 4th ability, which is why I really like having some range just to get my damage out, and Shattered Storm is just an amazing augment that adds the 2.2x, or probably that's close to like 2.4x damage multiplier onto everyone else when you have Madurai applied and everything else. It's just really strong. It's so strong. Now I will try to get a squad for this second build, as it is squad dependent. Obviously you can take this solo and still do work, but as you can see, because we have a bit less strength, the damage is a bit lower. So while having the squad, or like, it doesn't have to be a coordinated squad, but a coordinated squad just goes super crazy here. So give me a second. From what it seems, I can get Amolistic to help us here. Amolistic can easily go for a Rhino with either Bright Bonnet or Dispensary, and that should be pretty good for what we want to do. We're gonna do a defense mission, Fisher one, doesn't really matter, and I'm gonna just showcase the power of Gara while doing defense missions. And we have Stefano on Uranus or Hydron on Sedna. I will prefer Hydron, as the elevation doesn't really matter on Hydron. I can easily bypass it, and that should be pretty good. So again, build very similar. The difference is Shattered Storm changes, and then overextended instead of overreach. So prime continuity and overextended instead of overreach and Shattered Storm. And that is basically it. That is all the changes that happen here. But obviously using overextended lowers our strength, but gives us more range. And using prime continuity, you can't really put Shattered Storm in because you don't have any slots anymore, sadly. But this is still an amazing build damage-wise. And anything that can help you in a squad to get even higher numbers just skyrockets the damage of this build by a lot. So having a Amolistic here, just providing me with a Rhino, is gonna be really big in terms of damage increase, and it's gonna make my life a whole lot easier. Other things you can go, I think we have Nidus, like with the rework now. If you ever have a Nidus in your squad, it's basically free win. Just ask them to link you in chat and then just one-shot everyone. It's absolutely wild what you can do with a Nidus in squad. Then Nova, obviously, really good. Banshee, but nobody will play Banshee, obviously. Rhino, anybody with legit just a damage buffing ability. So if you have like a thermal transfer Gauss, if you have a Volt, if you have a Siren, anything, literally anything, it doesn't matter. So idea is, because your 4th ability provides Arcane Sculpture very easily. Oh shit. Wink. And because Amolistic seems like he has a Bright Bonnet, then we get a ton of damage increase from this. So we just spam, and the Great Wall of Gara just does everything for us. And the moment we ever find a person that is dead, we just spam one of them, so we can restack our ability, like I showcased before. And now we can just sit here and spam for one. And the whole tile set is just gone immediately. Gara for this is probably one of the most overpowered, one of the quickest frames you can do. If you don't have Side and Soulbeck, this is like a really good alternative, and the damage just goes as crazy, especially if you have a team buffer. Like you can buff Side with Wisp and Siren and all of the other stuff. Similarly with Siren, you can do some other frames, but yeah, their damage is like, yeah, it's going absolutely wild whenever you have someone just buffing you even slightly. This completely breaks. This completely breaks this Warframe. It's so overpowered. And obviously, if you have an extra move that says alive, you can just snipe them with your one. Just press one on them, maybe. That should just destroy them immediately. In general, because this frame bypasses LOS checks and all of its abilities do, like her 1 bypasses LOS checks, her 4th bypasses LOS checks, everything just bypasses LOS checks. It just gets so crazy with the damage numbers. And everything just dies in the tile set. Everything you can see in the minimap, like you see Doritos on the minimap, and then everything's dead. Everything's dead. It's so stupid. Okay, for some reason I couldn't press one. I don't know. Almost died too, because I lost a lot of shield, but it's fine. Losing shield is pretty bad. You want to be as max shield as much as possible, which is why you want to keep your 2 up. Because the more shield you have, the more melee damage you will have onto your Warframe. So right now you see, we're max, we have 330% melee damage. I didn't have Arbucept. He could have gone even further if he brought Arbucept, but it's like, even with this, just a basic Rhino Bright Bonnet thing, it's so much that you can just kill everyone. Like, the Warframe starts breaking if people just bring Corrosive Projection in the squad to provide the armor stripping from the aura mode. It's that bad. And you're gonna be like, oh no, you lost like all your stacks, now what? Well, I can simply just regain them. Oh shit, Bright Bonnet. If I ever walk into someone and they die, just spam one of them. There, we're back to 12 stacks. And back to doing this. So yeah, for defense missions, you do it with a squad. You maybe want to farm some relics, farm some prime parts for a Fisher mission like this one. It just gets super easy and super quick to do it with Gara, because of how fast she kills everything through walls. Just an insane Warframe right now. She is so powerful. And if you ever get that double strength, double range buff, it's just over. Like, it's legit over. The only issues she ever will have is nullifiers. And you can easily get rid of them if you use something like the Miter. Or if you just have a weapon with really good primary fire, maybe, like just a fully automatic weapon. It's all just so powerful. And you see here, because the 4th ability runs behind this wall, it actually extends all the way down. So I don't actually have to go to the edge of the area. This is why you want a bit more range on this build. It helps you a bit with these elevation changes by just extending the 4th ability too much. And essentially just bypassing the biggest issue that it has from killing through walls. So yeah, the first build is more of a build that you will use for trying to kill someone that is really high level by abusing the 2nd ability, and this build is more for, you know, just coordinated squads, defense missions, and that type of stuff. And they both work great, but it's like, yeah, it's super powerful. This Warframe, especially now with Arcane Sculpture just giving her a free 175% efficiency pretty much permanently, she's broken. She is so broken. I definitely suggest trying her out. If you have one that you haven't touched in a while, even if you have a normal Gara, like normal Gara still works with this. Obviously Gara Prime is better because she has higher base shields, but yeah, regular Gara would still work with this. And hopefully soon enough on Prime Resurgence we get the Prime variants would return, and then we can also, you know, you guys can also try that and have the absolute best possible results to do this Gara Prime build and going all the way. And obviously, if you want stuff like more casting speeds, you can do that. If you want to take the damage decrease a bit, but the idea remains the same. Thank you to Amolistic for the help. I will link his channel in the description. If you guys don't know him, he is a Rhino one-trick, similar to how I'm a Wisp one-trick. Amolistic is like the Rhino guy. If you want to learn how to play Rhino, if you want to learn how to make the most advanced Rhino builds and unlock his full potential, definitely check him out. He is an amazing player and knows the Warframe inside out. With that out of the way, thank you very much for watching another video of mine, and I will see you in the next one, which will be a Nidus video. Thank you very much for watching.